Mayor, this committee works obviously on a timeline of the investigation being done by HPD. Have you provided any kind of timeline specifically to
No.
Chief Finner in getting this resolved to get this properly addressed?
Mario, the challenge is do it right, accurate, correct, and that'll be the guideline. And obviously, my panel will allow me to keep me brief if I need to say it's not being done as quick and accurate and proper as it should. So, you know, this is delicate. It needs to be thorough, hold people accountable, prevent it from ever happening again, and they're doing that.
You, in the paperwork provided to us.
Say what?
In this paperwork provided to us by your office, with regards to
What I'm asking
the
you to do?
directives that you have, yes. It indicates conduct interviews as necessary.
Sure.
Does that mean Chief Finner can be interviewed by this panel?
It says interviews as appropriate. And certainly, I would expect them to talk to Chief Finner. And I would expect them to, they're going to be looking over their shoulder every step of the way. And they will report back to me, is the work going to be accurate, accountable, and what's the prevention? Sure, they'll talk to Finner.
And if the panel wants to, just so I'm clear on this.
Might want to talk to other chiefs.
Right, and I'm going to get to that.
You know, there's 4 chiefs that have been over there since this code
And
was.
you're kind of leading me to my next question there, because the other issue is that some of these executive assistant chiefs
All that'll
have
be.
left the department. So
I'm
what
sorry.
requirement is there
We
for
ask
a former
them.
chief to speak with your panel?
Well, I mean, we don't have a law that's going to make them do it. They're all good public servants. I think they would like to help us understand the history and also how do we prevent this in the future. But I saw a tape where McClellan was before council in 2014 and discussed it. Y'all need to report that. 2014, the chief of police, even in a prior administration, the last one, said there's, I think, 20,000 suspended cases. I don't want to do y'all's work for you, but you know, that's a pretty good item. And in fact, I had someone text me and said, how'd it go from 20,000 in 2014 to over 200,000 now? It's a pretty good story for y'all.
In 2016, it was, in 2014, it wasn't sexual assaults that were allowed in the suspension
I wasn't
cases.
here.
No, and I'm providing you the context of it.
But how did it grow? Someone.
And I think Houstonians are wondering, how does a chief not take action?
Let's say 4
when-
chiefs. Let's say 4 chiefs.
In this,
4 chiefs,
with
Mario.
the current chief,
And there's one did it in public, acknowledged to the mayor and the council that we're using this code, and it's 20,000. So don't ask me where everybody's been the last 8 years.
we're trying,
I didn't know about it 2 months ago.
we understand that. But as you indicate this, I think what Houstonians and what everyone in this room is hearing from their viewers, and you are hearing this as
Sure,
well,
I'm a Houstonian too. Throw me in the mix.
Is that absolutely, is that you had a chief in 2021 who was told of this
And that's,
and did not take action in
no, he wasn't
2020.
told about it.
But
He
it-
discovered it in a unrelated discussion with his command staff and was shocked like all of us and instructed them to quit using it. What's it all about? And that's part of the investigation. What became of his general orders to stop it? Now we're learning today that if they take it off their data, the damn thing might crash. Why didn't somebody, why don't somebody that worries about, you know, resources of public safety talk about, we got an outdated computer system that we can't even take a code that everybody wants to get rid of it off the system or the whole thing might crash.
Mayor, you have 2 daughters.
Sure.
There are fathers out there who have daughters who are victims here. What do you tell those fathers?
I'm sorry. I'm shocked. Should have never happened. And we're going to do everything that we can to hold the parties accountable, and we're going to prevent it, absolutely prevent it from going forward. I have put the best panel that I could establish to review it, so those families and victims and fathers and mothers will know what happened, and if it's not too late, we're going to investigate your case.
And to those fathers and mothers and family members and those victims
Partners.
who are still seeing some of the same people still in charge here, sir. And they're now still leading this department, considering what we have seen.
Mario, obviously, everybody's going to be held accountable. The people you're talking about 2 months ago were being praised. They have distinguished careers and
2 months
records.
ago, we never knew about this, Mayor.
I know we did, but we still got the person with the same DNA, same experience, and same commitment to public service.
But that DNA looks much different now, sir.
No, their DNA does not change. You know that as well as anyone. The leadership that's looking into this have a record. They were appointed by prior administrations. They've been retained by me because I have confidence in them. I've ridden the streets of Houston with them. So this is a new inquiry. You're right. We're in the middle of it. In fact, you could almost say early into it. People will be held accountable. We'll document what happened. We'll document, and I think people will be, we've already had 2 chiefs relocated. There's other additional rank and file coming up to responsibility. In fact, I think there'll be an announcement tonight of 2 additional chiefs, new set of eyes, but everybody's going to be held accountable. I'm going to be held accountable. Too bad you're not going to be held accountable, but that's a different story. The bottom line is, people have a job to do. You need to allow them to work. I'm just going to leave here in a minute and go to the meeting of the panel that's got some of the best investigative minds in our Ranger, the Women's Center CEO. I can go on and on. So let's let the process work. You know, I listen to Houstonians like you do, and they understand the process. We're all shocked, but we can't undo the past. We can certainly hold people accountable and then prevent it in the future.